Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Nick here, back with a brand new video. Today, as you guys can tell, we're going to be talking about HBAR. Now, there's nothing too crazy about this article overall. I just want to talk to you guys about some details that are in it. This is kind of just giving us the rundown of HBAR overall. But nonetheless, I hope that you guys are enjoying your beautiful Monday. So let's jump into this, right? So this is kind of just general some points overall about HBAR and its DLT. But I do want to talk to you guys about overall pretty much comparisons, right? Because we talked about these comparisons below, right? These ones, we talked about them before in my past HBAR videos, but I do want to talk to you guys about it now because I think that it is overall, more important now than ever, right? Because a lot of people are still saying, when will HBAR ever move in price? It's not going to be utilized by anybody, blah, blah, blah. We've heard it all before, right? We've heard it with XRP, we've heard it with, Matic, we've heard it with so many projects. I love when people get frustrated overall with holdings. It means that there's money to be made, right? So we see here Hedera eco-friendliness, right? Visa, 205.5 million kilowatts an hour. Hedera, 74,109, right? And it's beating out even XRP as well. But we see annual transactions on Visa, 138.3 billion. We see Hedera, 435 million. Yeah, whatever. It is beating Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I believe that it might possibly be beating XRP. I don't know for sure overall, but yeah, I mean, energy per transaction kilowatts an hour, it is significantly less than Visa, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, with 0.00170. But yeah, incredible statistics overall. But we also see here, Hedera utilizes 600,000 times less electricity for one transaction than Ethereum and 5 million times less electricity compared to Bitcoin, right? And Visa is the only payment processor which comes close to Hedera, but it is still nowhere near as efficient and sustainable as Hashgraph-based network. And that is why we mentioned before, right, with, could Mastercard and Visa basically be joining the Hedera network to efficiently scale what their payment structure is already and make it more sustainable overall for the long-term future, because we already know that the future of finance is digitalized, right? Because we know that the digital age is coming where we're going to be seeing everybody, pretty much anyone that right, is going to be using cryptocurrency in a way that they never guessed that they would be, right? Because a lot of people don't even know about most of these projects, right? I know a lot of people probably already know about Bitcoin, but there are still a lot of people that don't know about Bitcoin. A lot of people who are kind of sheltered away from any sort of news and media. But there's also a lot of people that don't know about Hedera or XRP or anything. I mean, I can pretty much guarantee you that there's not a lot of people that know about Hedera, right? We're still very early on Hedera. That's why I say, don't underestimate a player when nobody knows about it, right? Because HBAR is one of those gems that not a lot of people are talking about it, right? The HBAR community, we're talking about it, but not a lot of people know about it, right? Because the HBAR community is fairly small. It's not a huge, community like most. So yeah, I mean, we're still very, very early on a minuscule scale, right? But I do expect us to hit some incredible targets this bull run overall. But let's move down to the payments, right? Because this is where things get a little bit interesting. Because we were talking about this overall, where I was seeing a lot of people saying, hey, you can basically pay on Shopify with HBAR. Now, we didn't get a confirmation on that overall, but the good thing is that right now, we already know the fact that it's fast, reliable, secured, and charges small fees at 0.0001 USD paid in HBARs, right? But the thing is cool here or I should say the thing that is cool here, is that we're seeing merchants that host their e-commerce stores on platforms such as WordPress, PrestaShop, or WooCommerce plugin can accept HBAR by simply installing a plugin, which is very cool. So I think that was what we were trying to get at in terms of, hey, you could use HBAR to basically pay for Shopify plans or anything like that. Technically, you could use HBAR to buy stuff on Shopify stores, WordPress, etc. Now, Shopify is not on here, but I know that Shopify is a big e-commerce player, so it might be. But overall, it is interesting to see some more adoption coming in overall. I think we're still in the early stages of HBAR to the point where we don't really know, we can't really say, hey, the price isn't moving yet because we don't know what's next in store for HBAR. So let's kind of look at that, right, and analyze it. Because right now we're seeing some cool price action, right? A lot of people are saying, hey, we're seeing some movement overall in the market, right? We're kind of getting some relief. We've been seeing, these lows on Bitcoin and these lows on altcoins that are just, they're stressful, right? They're depressing, right? People are saying to me, yeah, the prices are depressing. I can't stand to look at my wallet. I can't stand to look at my portfolio. I'm down so much, right? It's totally okay, right? It's totally okay to be, frustrated or, your emotions kind of getting to you. It's totally fine, right? But I want to say right now, we are looking good to break out in terms of just overall price, right? Now, we do have to analyze a few things, right? Because we're still looking at Bitcoin right now. We are ranging a little lower, right, from my last video. Now, yeah, we did hit some key levels up here at 37.1K. But like I said, we still need to break out a little bit higher in terms of this price here, which is at $37,300 level almost. But like I mentioned, I'm still expecting a strong close today overall for Bitcoin and as well as altcoins, right? Because even if we look here on the 1 hour, which is going to kind of mess my chart up, but we are still above the EMA, right? So this is the EMA here. We haven't been above the EMA for quite some time since back here on, well, actually yesterday we were above it, but for the most part, we're majorly above it right now currently. But I do want to get to the point where, we're kind of up here back in the 26 range. This is like pretty much the 27th of May. But for the most part, right now, we're still looking pretty good on the 1 day to reclaim that area, right? But we still need a ton of volume, right? We still need a lot of volume here. Now, we did try to break back into this support channel, right? This is that nice chop support channel that I was talking about for quite some time, right? That 30 cent to pretty much 23 cent level almost. Now, me personally, we are seeing a lot of stuff overall going on in terms of PA and pretty much, supports being broken back into the green, right? Come over here. So this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. We're still ranging pretty low on this, right? 43.25. So this is pretty good, right? So that means that we're going to go a little bit lower on in terms of, the Bitcoin dominance chart. Totally fine, totally good, actually, overall. But what I want to talk to you guys about is Ethereum, right? Because right now we're in the green, right? We're actually technically doing pretty good, right? We got our weekly close yesterday. We see here we're actually majorly in the green, well above the EMA, which is great. But we're almost back to that $3,000 level, which is massive, right? So technically speaking, if we go to the 1 month here, right, we could see that we're still ranging pretty high, and it honestly doesn't even look like a dip happened overall for Ethereum. So a lot of these assets are regaining strong support channels. We're seeing a lot of that, pretty much choppiness being broke up a little bit in the market. Now, for me personally, I'm not going to celebrate just yet because I know that we could see a lot of stuff right now. But right now, Ethereum is not bearish for me personally. From a market structure perspective, it is not, bearish at all. We're even looking, this is the USD pair, right? So even if we come over to currently the Bitcoin pair, right? 1 second. So if we come over to the Bitcoin pair, look at how bullish this looks, right? You really can't say that this looks bearish at all. I mean, this is massive, right? So me personally, I'm seeing this really pump up to some major levels here soon. Now, of course, I actually don't know what this candle is over here. I was trying to look at it, but it is what it is. I think if we actually come over to the Binance one, it's a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. So this is actually very, very bullish. I'm not seeing any bearish signals in terms of Ethereum right now, personally. Things look incredible overall for the market structure. Now, Ethereum will most likely be helping us move very soon in terms of price. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be our market structure plan. I'm just saying right now, Ethereum is kind of showing us what we have in store for us overall in terms of just major alts, right? Because right now we're still seeing, we're seeing HBAR kind of sit stale or stagnant, if you will. But right now we're kind of just under the wing of this kind of resistance bracket here at that almost 23-cent range, right? Now, I'm expecting that to be broken for us to range a little bit higher. But for the most part, I think that we need to look at other assets right now to really analyze the overall PA structure of the market currently, because we can't just look at Bitcoin and say, hey, we're going to be pumping hard very soon, because Bitcoin right now, yeah, it does look great, right? But we still need to break above this trend line here and go into this overall chop level that I was mentioning, right? I want to see 38K broke. Right, I want to see us reclaim this level as support overall. We haven't seen that 38K level since, I think it was like 3 days ago or so. It was basically, yeah, it was on the 28th, so it was pretty much 3 days ago, right? So me personally, I want us to reclaim that level, reclaim it as support. Support would be massive at 38K. That way we could actually range up and break this 41K level that we pretty much got rejected from like 4 or 5 times, I think. It was massive, right? So, me personally, in terms of HBAR, I think HBAR is doing incredible things still in terms of regaining some support here. It's trying to regain support at that 23-cent range. I don't have any problems holding this a little bit for a little bit of a longer term, because right now we're still in that 77-day accumulation zone. Hey, we're almost ranging to 80 days. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not going to complain that I've been holding this for 80 days and it hasn't moved. Because 80 days in the crypto market is not long at all. And I think a lot of people are still saying that it is, because we see something like, for an example, if we come back here on the Bitcoin scale, they see something where, let me go to the date range. They see something like this, right, where this was a little bit of a dip and it ranged for give or take like 20 days, and then it did some massive pumpage, right? I think that's the main reason why a lot of people are thinking that for HBAR to be in the 77-day accumulation zone and doing nothing, oh, it's dead, it's going nowhere. I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of individuals in this game. They just think that it's going to be just an upward path to greatness, right? We just got to be patient with this one, right? Because HBAR, we already know, we've done the research on HBAR, use case after use case. This is a strong hold for anybody that knows fundamentals, right? If you did the research and you know the fundamentals about a project, you would know from just overall, past experiences trading something that has strong fundamentals. For an example, Matic, right? Matic is a major hold for anybody, right? Then you would understand that HBAR right now, even at current prices and stuff, is so bullish, right? So me personally, I buy here, right? No matter what, I buy under 30 cents. It's kind of just an easy buy, right? But if you want more of a, hey, I want a low risk, high reward factor, then buy this zone, right? This zone is easier to buy, right? It's, hey, I can't stomach to lose, 8 cents, 7 cents, whatever the case may be. Then buy this zone right here, right? This 22, almost 5 area. Down to like 15 cents, which I don't think that we're seeing 15 cents ever again. I don't even think that we might see, 16 or 17 cents again, right? 18 cents if anything. But again, the market structure looks so bullish in terms of just overall projects, because even looking at Ethereum, right? The Ethereum, Bitcoin pairs, and even the USD pairs, right? Come over to the Coinbase one. This just looks massively bullish, and anybody who's saying that this looks bearish at all, obviously is not looking at it from a personal standpoint, or a structured standpoint, I should say, because even on the 1 week, right? The 1 week looks massively green. We go to the 1 day. Now the 1 day is a little bit interesting here, right? Because we are under the EMA, but the difference here is, look at the support channels that we were at, right? We came all the way down to almost $1,700, and now we're almost $1,000 ahead. And it looks like we did the inverted hammer here as well in terms of the pattern, and we're looking to claim the EMA. Now the EMA is at about 2,941. So a break above $3,000 would really put us in the structure for a nice bullish, upward trend. Now again, that is on the 1 day, so the 1 day does look a little bit bearish, if you will. But I still think it's bullish overall. Now, on the 1 hour, we are still looking very, very good. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. Let me zoom in. Okay. So, I mean, overall, we're still above the EMA. Still looking good. Overall, this looks bullish to me. Anybody that thinks it's bearish, like I said, obviously doesn't know technical analysis or just overall charting. Me personally, I'm really looking forward to seeing what plays out today in terms of the overall structure for the market, because today, like I said, is the monthly close for pretty much everything. So we might see a nice close on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, and even HBAR overall. Like I said, I'm really going to be looking at HBAR for the most part, and I personally am still very, very well bullish on this project, and I think that we're going to be seeing some incredible price action very, very soon. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. It helps the channel grow. If you guys do want more free knowledge, you guys could join my Discord down in the description below, and you guys could also follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial. But nonetheless, I hope that you guys are having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.